Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Hi dear friends and fellow SSRians. Whoever watching this video, I'm very sure that you are actually a SSR fan, SSR fighter. And in today's video, as you can see the thumbnail, we're going to have Deepti Pinniti on the show again. But she have not come on the backstage yet. I hope she have not forgotten that she have a live stream today. Or hope she does not have any Wi-Fi issue, network issue at her place. Now, Dipti came in the previous show. She actually shared about. Okay, before I continue, can you all hear me? Vanakkam, Ellen. Let me just highlight. Hi, Mitra. Okay, that's me. Okay. Hi, Purnima. I'm good. Purnima, how are you? And Vanakkam, Ellen. சரி இன்னைக்கோட வீடியோ வந்து ஆங்கிலத்தில் இருக்க போது the video is going to be in English because I'm going to Deepti going to do most of the talking and thank you Srinivas. Hi Sita and hi Srinivas. Srinivas actually my regular viewer. Okay, friends, in my previous show you may have watched it. Deepti have shared that she have decoded Sushant's diary. And there's a little bit I want to speak about Miss Deepti before she come on the show. She's not here yet. I'm a bit worried actually. But I was watching Minaji's show. I think y'all would have watched it also. And I saw Deepti in that video. And I was like thinking, oh my God, this woman is really amazing. Because when I called her in my show, I did not ask her to read the slides because I was thinking that she's already went to the extent of finding the content, decoding it, and sharing it in a Twitter account, which also put her at risk. And this wonderful, fearless woman is actually sitting in, it's not even her own channel. She's sitting in, um, you know, our channel or our show, and she's sharing. She's reading those slides, and she's actually putting aside so much of her time. I remember when I first, I'm going to just talk about her before she comes in. Yeah, let me just, okay. Um, so I realized that I actually messaged her, I said, you're doing an amazing job. I'm surprised. My heart went out to her because she don't, you see, the thing is, she don't need to read those contents. She've already put it up in Twitter. All we have to do is you have to go up and go to her Twitter account. You can actually read it. When I first met Deepti, not met, when I first connected with her in Sri Devi show, okay, she was very humble. She came and she shared, and I realized she's actually a fighter for justice for Sri Devi. And she have done a lot for past 2 years. She's been doing a lot of investigation. In fact, she told me that she have drained financially, drained emotionally, have to go through a lot of hassle. She have to do all this, and yet she did not stop fighting for Sri Devi till today. During that time, there were some viewers actually message asking, Dipti, could you also find out, investigate on Sushant case? At that point of time, she didn't. But look at her. Today, she have gone to the extent of finding out Sushant's diary and decoding it. And above all that, she have set aside a lot of her time. I think she did quite a bit of, she's doing quite a bit of shows. And she's sharing and reading those contents. Now, we should actually appreciate that. Instead of appreciate, I mean, I do know about 90% of us and 90% of y'all out there, y'all are appreciating her and thanking her. There are very few people actually questioning, saying that it's fake news, it's not true, the contents are all a lie and all that. But there's one thing I want to tell about Deepti here. When she put out the information in the Twitter, she had been tagging to big names. Like, I actually took a snapshot in case I forget, to the Prime Minister of India, Home Minister of India, IPS Nurpur Prasad, NIA India, Mumbai Police, T Series, Nadiat Duala Fen, SSR Group, Mahesh Bhatt, Sanjay Dutt, Vinod Khanna, Vika Singh, the lawyer of Sushant Singh family, Shweta Singh Kirti, which is Sushant's sister, And she have actually tagged to all these people. If someone is actually telling a lie or putting up a fake news, they will not tag to all these big names. And she have tagged to all those names. Another thing is, there's one person commented in my previous show. I think his name is Nash Music, Nash Music. I don't know whether you're watching this video now, Nash. He tweeted something and also wrote this comment in my previous video saying that those content that actually Preeti shared, there were double uh, adverbs, meaning when Sushant speak, if he want to emphasize something, he will say it twice. Like for example, very, very, damn, damn, you know. So these are the words he actually realized were in the context. So he said he's 100% sure it is Sushant's writing. I wanted to share all this is because when someone is putting in a lot of effort, um, it's good to ask questions. It's good to have doubts. You know, it's not wrong in that. But do analyze it. You know, when you sit and you think, okay, let's put this together. How does it look? That's what I'm doing. And to speak on Deepti, one more thing I have to highlight it here is let me just see whether she's. Yeah, just give her a call in case you forget. So the other thing is in my show, no, previously when I was covering Sri Devi's Justice for Sri Devi. Okay, I put her on stage before I say the last point about her. Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Hello, hello,
I'm,
hello, Bachant ji. Good to
hi,
see you. It's
Deepti.
always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. You know, I was actually speaking about you, sharing with all the SSR fellow SSRians. Probably I want to say this again to you. I was watching Meena Ji's show yesterday. I
Okay.
just happened to on and my phone and this her video popped up because I subscribed to her. I like her videos. And I saw you, I was thinking, oh gosh, look at this woman. You know, she's not only have found out and decoded Sushant's diary contents, she's actually sitting in a show. It's not even your channel. You're sitting in a show and you're reading those slides. My heart went to you, went up to you. You know, it's like, oh, this woman is amazing. That's why I actually sent you a message. I'm very amazed of what you're doing. And I was actually sharing with them about you. Maybe you may have forgotten this last point before you came in. There was once when I was sharing Sri Devi's video, one of the person sent me a message saying that he want to help you financially,
I'm
fighting
sorry.
for
Fine.
financially. I think I sent you the message saying that someone is
Ah,
offering to help
yes.
financially, and
Yes.
and at that point of time, Deepti ji told me she do not need any financial help. Okay, just continue to fight for Sri Devi's justice, and she did not even ask who that person is. You know, so that shows what kind of person Dipti Ji is. Dipti Ji, I really salute to you. You're a
Thank you.
fearless woman and you're an amazing woman. You could have just decoded and put it up in Twitter. You could have even forget about it. You don't even have to come on YouTube or social media to share about it because it takes a lot of your time. And I saw you're tagging into big, big names.
Yes. See, the reason is this because we are all here with one motive, that is justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, right?
Yeah.
But more than justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, this guy, he is the actual golden-hearted guy, actually. And I mean, even Sridevi ji was, but he could document his journey. Okay, he could have chosen to, toe the line of the syndicate and, indulge in drugs. He would have, got many chances in the movies rather than being kicked out. But he chose to, expose the dark secrets of the Bollywood and their criminal activities at the cost of his life. And being a genius and a technically sound person that he was, he could manage to, save his work and a journey of his research in the drives. Okay, and in one of the files that I've shared, it's clearly mentioned that all his diaries and his documents were burnt and destroyed. So The reason he is putting this in these encrypted, heavily encrypted drives. Okay, so since my team was because we were already into researching more on Srideviji's case, and both are actually belong to the same field, that is the Hindi film industry, Bollywood. So obviously, at the same cabal, the same syndicate is behind. I mean, he was exposing he was about to expose the documents, whatever he has mentioned in his drives. He has not only narrated, but he has some videos and some documents, some proofs as well. Okay. So that's the reason I went to CBI office to submit it to Nupur Prashaddi, but for some whatever reason, despite trying twice, though I could meet Samir Mankreji and give him my inputs about the drugs angle related to this case, I couldn't meet Nupur Prashadji. So I am tagging them with the hope that, and also I want people, because once these drives reach the hands of the agencies, people will never come to know what was inside it. Okay. So they will say in the name of the investigations, they won't reveal anything. Like CBI has been silent since the past 9 months, 9 or 10 months. So that's the reason I thought that Sushant has taken so much pain to put it and document his the risk and work that he did regarding how this crime syndicate works, how this Bollywood is connected to money laundering, hawala, prostitution, child trafficking. He has covered everything, the drugs angle, and he has touched upon Jia Khan's murder and Divya Bharti's murder as well. So, I mean, there is around 700 GB of data. Okay, and I have not yet decrypted everything. Each file has a heavy, I mean, we have to decode it. Okay, that's the reason. Whatever screenshots of the interface that we are decoding it on, it's a MS DOS interface. Uh, that's the reason. I mean, it's. I think some people are finding it uncomfortable to read and are requesting me to change the font and also. But I actually don't have time to convert it into Word file and everything. So yes, Bachchanji, if you want me to go through some of the explosive, I think you're on mute.
There's one more thing, TG. I think this guy also sent a message in Twitter. He also sent in my previous show that we did, saying that he feels it's 100% Sushant's content, because Sushant's, when he emphasizes certain point, he will use adverbs twice, like, very, very, damn, damn. So in this content, he was actually following through. He realized it was similar to how he actually speak in the interviews. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, yes. Friends, Deepti is actually going to share, she's going to read those slides, so do listen to her carefully. Probably you can actually share your questions later on. Yeah, Deepti ji, go ahead.
Okay.
Deepti ji, okay,
If
it
you
always
are
happens.
aware of this case of missing techie from Bangalore, Ajita.
Okay.
Bachant, are you aware of
Actually,
this
no, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm
incident?
not aware. No.
Bachant,
You're
can you hear me?
frozen. Yeah, I can hear
No,
you,
can you
but
hear?
you're
Yeah. Is it clear?
yeah. Okay, now okay.
Okay. Am I clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, are you aware of this issue of the missing techie from Bangalore, Ajita?
Yeah, actually, I heard of it, but I didn't go into the details of it.
You go into this. You go into this. This articles are still there on the web about him. Okay, I mean, he suddenly disappeared from Bangalore, from a heavily populated area with no traces. WhatsApp and Google declined to share his information, location information with the authorities apparently. And in spite of CCTVs being everywhere, he suddenly vanished. Okay, till now he is missing. Okay, that is the gist of the case. So here, strangely, that is there is also a mention of that in Sushant's drives.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, he shares here. Now we need to discuss on the modes of communications these people use as for day-to-day use, and this for the transactions or anything else. There is a definite way in which these communications happen, because these communications happen in coded language. And these coded languages play a major role and is one of the major backbones of the cabal, because this is the main aspect that plays a very important role if you want to bust this cabal. The first and the most important means of the communication, the most important thing that you need to understand here is the role of people who have left this world and the importance they play in this, in all the means and aspects connected. And those can be summed up as follows: for the SIM cards, for the opening of bank accounts, for creating of Benami properties, for investments, for investing in share markets, deals, investment in crypto and online platforms, for hiding criminals, for unaccounted travel. These things are needed to be discussed now, but this is just an introduction to a huge, huge, huge story to follow, which will shock everyone to the core when the truth comes out as it is the naked and open. For SIM cards, you might think I am lame to mention about it here, but the SIM card is the most important thing, that is the biggest introduction to the whole story, because the entire game begins here. First, the SIM card is taken, and in order to get this done, and the reason behind the vanishing of the techie from Bangalore, Ajitab, the link lies here. It is not this small that just for this SIM card thing he was taken away. I will get back to that in detail in the later slides. But here let me make the other declaration, because this starts another dirty episode to the entire angle of the Bollywood, underworld, politician, and diplomatic cabal. For now, let me put it this way. Before I proceed from here, Before I proceed from here, let me tell you one thing and make it clear right away. If you are a devil, you please leave right away. But if you're the angel who my virtues might have gotten you to read this from here, every word you read is very closely, and most importantly from here, you will have introduction for around 10 slides. And then starts the first chapter, the first episode of this journey, wherein, okay, so this continues and okay, wherein every word written, every point explained, unless you understand the entire fact and story around it, as of it, on the face value of it, this is against the biggest cabal. And the only way to stop it is to keep your steps in silence and march ahead like you know nothing, no noise made, and the hit given is the best way out. Now, when Arjun started dating Malaika, I started to spin my web. The first step here was to play on the mindset of Arbaz Khan. I went up to him and asked him his help by telling him that if he wants to teach Arjun a lesson, he needs to trap Boni Kapoor in cricket betting. I was advised to just see and listen to the facts around it. But he will only give me the files only after I prove my loyalty to him. But alas, did he know, or my camera could speak? The first three buttons on my shirt was like mic cam and recorder. And I have recorded the entire conversation and have it converted to PDF and other formats too, stored for you to lay your hands in the future when you get going with this investigation. Arbaz actually opened up his laptop and was explaining the files to him, and my cams were silently recording the whole thing. By God's grace, I was able to carry this out that day. That day, the initial set of information I wanted was I was amidst some real action happening and collecting solid information. Though I didn't want to do it, but my next target was Alvira Khan. I got very close to her because of Jacqueline Fernandez. And during one of these wild parties, which these women have, and a lot of questionable bonding happens, Since I'm not sure who would be reading this, I have used the most decent word. If you can actually relate to this, I would say this is something a woman does when she takes on the role of a man. And rather, let me say, this is a all women party, and only select men are entertained. I approached Alvira when she was high on drugs, and that day I had a shock of my life when I found out that the man who portrays himself as the Badshah of the Bollywood industry is nothing lesser to Gulam. The culture he is taught to his kids, where is our society heading to? Why are values vanishing so very fast? Getting into a relation and getting out of it is becoming like changing from boxers into jeans pants, from jean pant into night clothes. Through Alvira Khan, I found out that the movies that were made before and after the Taj attacks and the movies that followed based on the themes around the Taj attacks by default have to pay a royalty of 30% to the underworld. And most of these transactions happen from the Being Human account and also the Being Human goodies collection too. To stand as a strong evidence to this, an account registered on the name of Being Human in ICICI Marine Drive's branch was closed down just a month before the attack. And this same account has incoming and outgoing transfers to the likes of Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, Farooq Lambu, and Shera. This man, Shera, should be the prime target if, in case, any investigation around Salman Khan has to be done, because this person has a lot of information. Okay. So,
There's a lot of names.
you wanted names, right? You said you wanted some names.
Yes, I need
So, there
explosive
are a lot
names.
of names.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah.
Do you want to
And
speak a bit about this, the slide you just read?
I mean, I hope people can understand what I'm reading because it's
Yeah,
very important that they follow every word of it. Okay.
yeah. There's a
So,
message here on what you just read in the slide. It said the AK is that referred to him.
I'm sorry.
There's a question here, my mind, asking AK is that referred to him? I think it's referring to the Alia Khan, is it? Is you're talking
No,
about?
I think I think there was a mention about Arjun Kapoor in this dating
Oh,
Malay
okay,
Khan. So
okay,
AK, I don't know. Okay.
okay, fine. So shall we go to the next slide? So you want to speak about this? DPG,
See,
there's another.
herein he
Yeah,
has established the connection because Salman Khan has, but he owns Being Human, right? So, Being Human account, the transfers have happened for terrorist activities like Taj attacks. He has clearly mentioned that. And about the betting, uh, Arbaz Khan and Alvira Khan, the wild drug parties they have, and all that. So, he has made a mention of it. Okay, so he has actually he acted like being a part of it, and he also made a mention of Jacqueline Fernandez.
yeah,
So it was like he did a study, detailed study, PhD about how this thing operates from inside, and he has documented it. This is something, a very precious work that he has left behind for us. If we have to save humanity, if we have to save this world and make this world a safer place for our kids, then I think everyone has to know what he has, what great work he has done, what great sacrifice he has done, when he could have chosen to enjoy the luxuries and the money and the fame.
yeah. I mean the part that he could have chosen to take the money and get to do what he loved to do, which is he loved to act. But he knew that he would be losing projects, but yet he just want to do the right thing. That's the thing.
Yes.
There's one message by Mini Prasan, and I couldn't agree more. Thank God the data has arrived in the right hands. Angel Deepti Pinniti. Imagine it would have ended up on the wrong hand. They could have sold it for some big time cash. But yeah, thank God landed in your hand.
See, I don't. I mean, actually, I don't understand the greed for so much money. We don't need. We
Yeah,
don't need so much.
exactly.
Unnecessary few people's greed and their selfish motives, self-centered. These things is creating complicating life for others. Because always keep saying, our planet is such a beautiful. We are blessed with such a beautiful planet, which has everything, which has enough to meet everyone's needs, but it doesn't have enough to meet a single person's greed. And we have the whole system full of greed for power and control, not only money. Okay. So
Yeah,
Sushant is this, I mean, noble warrior, fearless and brave warrior who has tried to fight the system which is wrong. He wants to save the kids, and you know, I mean, I really salute him. I mean, it's emotionally draining for me to go through these slides
yeah,
again and again, and but it's okay. Everyone should know this thing should reach as many people as possible.
yeah. In
Okay.
fact, I feel very bad even asking you because it's not easy, you know. Not only you have went all out to find the information, got the devices, and you encoded it, and you have to put it up in Twitter, and you also have to face some, trolling by some people, and yet you never stop there. You stay came on social media to share. It's a good thing actually you have shared on social media deeply. I'm glad it happened in such a way. I mean, though CBS should have paid attention to you, should have came back to you, but somehow or other I feel it happened for a good reason. Now a lot of people are
See,
actually
I will tell you one thing, Bachanji. Since I have made these, tweets public, and I'm going on shows and talking about these diaries, I have been receiving lot of positive response as well. Okay, people from channels have contacted, showing interest in covering about this. I mean, TV channels. So I mean, earlier too, Arnabji had shown interest in giving coverage about Sridevi case in 2020, but ultimately it didn't happen. So this time too, some feelers have come from a TV channel. So I am keeping my fingers crossed. Okay. Uh, so, and let me make one thing clear cut. We didn't go out investigating into Sushant's case or anything. In fact, I was not even following Sushant's case. I was already so harassed by taking up Sridevi case, both
yeah, yeah,
financially,
yeah.
in all which ways. I wasn't following actually, but somehow because my team was still, I mean, into that, I had contacts from inside within the film industry and all. Somehow, it was accidental that we could lay our hands on the watchman who had these drives. Okay. So beyond this, I can't tell much details because again, we have to take into account the risk on the life of the watchman. So uh, I'll just go ahead with another slide now.
Okay, can wait, let me see. Is there any question here? There's one question they asked you. Take let me scroll down. Tell about what techie. If you do not want to cover this now, you can actually go ahead with the next slides, and probably towards the end we can actually cover some of
You
these
see,
questions.
tell about Techie means they can find it on the net actually. Baby, yeah, you can find it on the net about this. Ajitab, I think he missed. He's missing since 2017. I'm not sure. Kindly, there's so much of information in my head that I'm just getting. I might get jumbled up with the dates. It's there in the Google. He missed in broad daylight till date. He is missing, and he was working in Wipro, I think. Yeah, and there's some connection with the other project that was happening that Wipro was handling at that point of time. And Sushant has made a clear mention of, one of the reasons for his life being in danger is his AI project, artificial intelligence project, because some very big person had approached him to use features of his AI project for getting getting into the biometric network like Aadhaar,
Okay.
whatever is based on the biometric identification and all. Okay, so I mean, the cabal wanted to use, some big person wanted to use his AI services for, breaking down the encryptions and getting into the, I mean, for data mining, getting into the biometrics indexes so that they can
Okay.
have control over everyone's, because now data is everything.
Yeah.
Everyone has a smartphone. Almost everyone has a smartphone. Almost everyone uses internet. Okay, and artificial intelligence has reached to that level wherein I mean this you know data they are, in one of the movies it says like data is gold. Okay, so they are manipulating, they are actually you might notice in one app if you are searching for something,
Mhm.
immediately in another app you start getting ads about it.
Yeah. Correct.
Some So your data is exchanged between the businesses without your consent, and that's the reason actually the a case is also going on against Google, Facebook,
Yes,
and
I wanted to bring that up.
WhatsApp
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
US courts.
Correct.
Okay, so here he, whatever he has written has connection to all of that as well. Okay,
Okay. Okay. I think Deepti, we will go
so
to the next
now,
slide. Yeah.
yeah, just a second.
Okay. As for the rest, I do know that you're
Uh,
putting up a lot of questions, but we will. I'll try to come back and pull up some of the questions after Deepti have shared all those. I mean, after she have read some of the slides, then we can actually slowly cover your questions. So just be patient. Now, thanks to Deepti, is actually she's coming on my show to actually to share and read these slides. So we have to thank her. Thank you so much. And I think she just disappeared. Hopefully she'll come back again. But meanwhile, let me just see. There are some good questions actually popping up, and I want to answer, but probably not now. Probably later. She's trying to fix the next slides. I guess she'll be coming in a while. So far, she have read the first slides, so you can see what she's trying to say. Yep, Dipti.
No, I haven't. I haven't read the first slide actually. I mean, I'm not reading it in order. If you want
Oh, okay.
to go through it, yeah. If you
No,
want to
I
go
leave it.
through
I
it in
leave it.
order, it's all. I mean,
Okay, Dipti ji, because you would have went through some of the slides already, okay, and you will know which are the important slides to share. So I'm going to leave it to you to decide which slides. You can actually jump here and there. I'm okay, as long that these are important slides that need to be shared in the public platform.
yes, Bachant. Since you told that, I mean, we want some slides because see, he has written down his entire thought process. Okay, sometimes giving information, but I understand that people will be interested in knowing about some big names he has mentioned, because there is this attempt by obviously since big names are mentioned, they now fear their reputation going for a stake. So they have activated their IT cell. They have the huge fan base online. They already have an active IT base. So they will activate it obviously without being on the face. So the attacks have started coming. I can understand that.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, but since they can be misled into saying that she is, what is already there in the social media, she is just reading that. So I will go more than that and give some information wherein some big names are involved. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So another slide I will read here is, but the decisions you take with a composed mind after you know everything actually streamlines the whole process. I don't know what future holds for me in store, as I have already done enough damage to myself. But when someone who reads this starts, I want to request and to ensure the person, whoever lays his hands on this, if he is the angel according to my description, earlier to hold on, wait, not to trust anyone, and to go about this in his own way. and follow what I did when I was left alone and in the company of very few friends. Close your eyes and just keep breathing without any thoughts coming into your mind. Any thought that comes, don't continue on it. Repeat this for 2 minutes max, and the answer that comes from within, when your mind has exhausted its capacity to stop thinking, is the best advice on how you have to proceed in this fight. If you are the devil of my description, your journey ends here, my friend. This would fetch you enough money to have a casual lifestyle for all the days your entire clan can live on the face of this earth. But Mahadev, who is watching all this, has his own unique style to pay you back. All the best. The biggest reason being human was formed will be explained in detail in the slides to follow. But yes, be aware not to believe, even for a split second, that it was for Salman Khan to have a clean image. Having a clean image is just 0.001% of the whole story. When was it formed? The process began in late 2005 and was finalized in 2007. These 2 years hold great value for the catastrophes that happened in these respective years. 2004 to 2005, relief activities of tsunami. 2007, Hyderabad blasts. Do some research of your own for now before you get to the detailed analysis of my reports on who are the funders. People who are funding, not to be confused for founders of being human. And you will be able to find a lot of answers. Those answers you find will help you better relate to the findings of mine. You will lay your hands on when you reach the slide. You should, and then the action you need to take becomes even the more easier because you have lived the entire happening in your mind and by then have also realized and prepared for all the dangers you would face and encounter in the path. I have made my effort, and your reading means I am not here in this world. But my work shall guide you as a shield, and my team shall stand with you during all adversities. Come what may, truth has to win. Humanity is to prevail. And my heart says truth will win. And it's only truth that will prevail. Before I get to the point where I in detail explain on what purpose did it solve, I would request you before you read the next slide, what exact purpose did it solve? The angel reading this will definitely do the research, and it will take at least 24 hours for the research to continue and for the person to get to his answers. But the devil would definitely want to continue from here. But before you decide what you want to do, I would, and it continues into another slide. You would like to, I think you're on mute. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I was saying there's another explosive information. I'm trying to digest that anyway. Yeah, continue, Deepti.
No, if someone wants to ask any questions, kindly, I will get back with something more because I'll be
Okay,
leading. I will just cover two other slides.
okay,
Okay.
can.
Because see, I have not decrypted each and every file. It's an ongoing work,
Okay,
and
can,
the
can.
maximum sometimes it takes a lot of time. He's a genius actually. He has made sure that it will not be easy to destroy or burn these drives or to even have access to it if you are not someone who has that level of you know what do you say
Yeah,
interest to actually go into it,
yeah,
because if it is easily available it can easily fall into wrong hands. So so he, being an intelligent person, he made sure that because we have had mysterious deaths uh, before Sushant as well. Devi ji, Divya Bharati, Jia Khan, Gulshan Kumar, and Parveen Bhabi. And just around Sushant's death, 14 or 16, 14 to 16 of his close friends, they died mysteriously as well.
yeah. In fact, today is Disha Salian's death anniversary, And
I
today
think
Disha
your
Salian's
voice
death.
is breaking.
Can you hear me?
I'm saying
Hello?
yeah, please. Yeah, I can
Can
tell.
you hear?
I can
Yeah.
hear you. Please tell me.
Today is Disha Salian's death anniversary. Death anniversary.
No,
Can you hear me?
Bachanji, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
today is Disha Salian's death anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah. And in about another 6 days' time, it's going to be 1 year Sushant's death anniversary. And I feel whatever is happening now towards the before reaching 1 year, you're getting a lot of information here. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your voice is not. No, your voice is breaking. There's a lot of
Breaking.
static actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the others? Can you
No.
all
Yeah.
hear
It's
me?
not. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine now.
Okay. Okay, never mind. There's a question by Danandini Clara. She said, is there any statement he made on Imtiaz Khatri?
See, till whatever I have covered now, his name hasn't come yet. Because since as
Okay.
I said, there is like around 700 GB of data, I'm sure more and more names will come as we go forward.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There was
Uh,
okay. Go on.
yeah, please tell me.
Well, there's one question that now that you are actually sharing this or exposing this information on social media, have anybody contacted you now?
A lots of people. I just made a mention of it, I think, Bachchanji.
The news channel. That's really
Uh,
good.
Yes, and some other people have also contacted, which details I cannot share. But yes, I can say that there is a real hope. Something will definitely happen positive in the next few days, very soon. Okay,
Okay.
so let us
Okay.
keep this fight going. Let us keep this approach. Let us keep pressurizing the CBI to, declare the reason of the death at least. Let us continue this job. But yeah, on the other hand, some real work is going on as well because of me sharing these contents on the social media, and people getting to know about what actually led to Sushant being murdered and why actually it is being trying to be covered up,
Yeah.
because very big influential names are involved. They would be exposed if actually all the details about his death comes out, right?
Yeah. Correct.
but But yes, people then will think that then it is hopeless. In such a case, nothing will ever come out in Sushant's case as well. But I would like to tell them that the situation is not that hopeless. Okay, uh, it has caught the attention of the right people in the authority, and from whatever I know from inside, which I cannot share with the people now, I can say fingers crossed that some positive developments will definitely happen in Sushant's case.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
That's something good. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Go to the next slides.
next slides. Okay, I'll just get back.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
just get back,
Sure.
Bachanji, kindly. Yeah.
Yeah. Can. Okay. I have a question here by please ask Deepti ji if CBI has these diaries. Now, initially, Deepti ji, I think a couple of months ago, she was actually making a trip to Mumbai to reach out to the CBI to share what she had in hand. By that point of time, she didn't even disclose to me what she had in hand. And she could not reach out to them, and which is why she came on the public platform. She shared in Twitter first. And after that, of course, we are sharing this information. We're calling her in our show to share it with us. I feel maybe CBI didn't reach out to her could be a reason where they already have the information. So they may have felt that they don't need to reach out to her. That could be a reason. There are many reasons to it which I do not know what is the actual reason. Maybe you can ask her later. She's actually preparing the next slide. She probably will do two more slides. And I will probably will also call her in another show to cover a bit more other slides. After she done the next two slides, then probably you can actually, those questions is popping out, I'll ask her. Those okay. Okay. Shilpa, another accessorian. Shilpa, you have a question. How can he write in 6 days? Darling, this was started in year 2017 or 2018. He has started writing a long time ago. Uh,
See, why are we jumping to conclusions that he started writing it just in 6 months' time? We don't know.
yeah,
We don't have the
yeah,
full. Let us go through. Let us finish going through the because I haven't even covered. Let's say just I have just covered about 30% of those things that he has
Hmm.
shared.
Wow.
Okay,
But
so
from the information, I don't think he started writing just few days before his death. I think he must have started much
no,
much earlier.
never. And one more thing, people are raising doubts on is that in one of the slides it's mentioned that Ankita started making life a mess for him after his fight with Suraj. So what they're saying is that Ankita broke up with him before this 2017 fight with Suraj. So let me make one thing clear here. Okay, all the fights that happen never come out in the media. How can we be sure that this is the 2000 fight that he was talking about? Because Suraj Pancholi was launched in 2013, I think, in the movie for the movie Hero. In the launch party also, there was some quarrel between Sushant Singh Rajput and Suraj Pancholi.
Suraj Panjoli, yeah.
So this fight, he might be talking about that fight, right? We
Yeah.
don't know everything. We don't know everything. So after, if you are going through what is written in his slides, we don't know anything at all. In fact,
Okay. Was there any kind of hint or any kind of mention of Ankita Lokande in his slide so far that you have covered?
yes. That is a very explosive thing. Just kindly give me a couple of things. Actually, I am not getting time to prepare and come. So just a couple
Okay,
of
okay,
minutes, and yeah, it is. There is an explosive slide. I will come back to that. Okay,
okay,
just
okay,
a couple of minutes.
okay. Can sure. Okay. Okay. Sushan mentioned some evidence a collector like Abbas and his laptop are recorded by Shem. Do you have this evidence? Okay, you see, Hemant, whatever the DP is sharing, she's actually have decoded what Sushan have written. So she's reading those slides. So if you ask me such a question, I do not know. Seriously, that's information that, according to what you have read in the slide, that's what it actually explains. But if you ask me, that itself could be an evidence, right? So yeah, no answer to that. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Let me go to the next one. Okay, Dipti, yes,
Okay.
yeah, start.
Yes, Bachchanji. Yes, tell me.
Yes, carry on, Dipti ji. The next slide. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes, I am ready. Is my audio clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So, the next case I would like to make solid mention about is how these people act if they want to make the life mess of someone they want to put down. I can give a lot more instances here which can actually prove this is the trick that is being used in Bollywood or any other industry where they want to make sure no one goes against them. If someone dares to do so, then they are well prepared to actually keep the person imprisoned in their clutches so that he can never actually walk out or come to terms with himself. Who better than me myself can be the best example of in this case? When I first got in touch with Ankita, it was like a something which I am to describe today. I'm not getting the right set of emotions to do so. But yes, that day, if I put it in one word, the feeling was something which I never experienced ever in my life. Ever since she came into my life, she was always there for me whenever I needed her. But since the time of my fight with Suraj, this woman started making my life a mess for me, always torturing me and trying to play a lot of games behind my back, which took my reputation a hit. Being with me for a long time, the one thing she knew is that the only thing that can put me down is if my self confidence takes a hit. I literally fell on her feet to let me go and sign the movie Happy New Year. But she was never interested in taking up the movie. All she was interested in is to make my life a mess. She even got to she even got down to such a cheap low that she had someone photograph our private moments we had together and used it against me for quite some time. And despite me trying my best to stay to myself, she used to invade everywhere. I didn't even have my own private space too. Finally, despite our breakup, when I wanted to find out about this nexus that is operating and the connections it has and what has to be done to expose it, was my action plan which let me associate myself with the boxing team, Delhi Gladiators, with Shiva and Varun, with the only intention being to understand how this nexus works. This proved a great opportunity for me to keep a close watch on the so many people who I always had doubts on. And I used to get photographs of my private moments with Ankita come to from sources which I was never able to verify back then and used to force me to keep my silence, for which I curse myself even to date. Drug parties, after parties, and whatnot used to happen. And also, the biggest confusion and the irritation that I used to feel is the presence of top officers, politicians, influential businessmen, and some commoners was always there. And pity, for a little money, these common people used to fall prey to this easy money they used to get for the movement and distribution of drugs. I feel ashamed of myself today when I sit back and relive those days of my life when I was made a joke of. But I'm proud of the fact that I could fight it out and not sell my soul and was able to be myself despite all the torture that I had to go through. This association of mine, if I did not have the shadow of a greedy, power hungry, and cruel female in my life, would not have forced me to write all this down here today, feeling dejected and left out. But this does not mean I am done yet. My fight will continue. My, con- my conscience speaks.
This the part. Diptiji, I remember there was a birthday party where they saw Sandeep in her party, and there's a lot of
Ah,
uh,
yes, yes. I mean, that
yeah,
was so. I mean, it was so vulgar the way she dressed and where she was dancing, and I mean, it was as if what was it she trying to do? Taunting the Sushant fans?
yeah,
I mean, come
yeah,
on, man. I mean, how can someone behave so shamelessly?
yeah.
Okay, it's anyway. Let's not go into that. Um, Many people have
Okay.
different opinions. Let me just yeah. Any more questions? Yes, Manjuji, I too don't trust CBI. That's the reason I'm putting everything out in the public. Another couple of minutes, Bachanji, please.
Yeah, yeah, can. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, so I'll just MD send, because as we now know, the India needs cleaning from the road. We will see many more Sushants dying like this, and from our own family request you all to start asking. You have to declassify Vora file. Okay, go on, Dipti ji.
Okay, so this will be the last slide I will be reading in this session today, and then we will, yes,
Yeah,
just
can.
was literally warned and was given something like a lovable threat for dire consequences if I don't give in. What surprised me the most was what is the involvement of Saif Ali Khan and why was his daughter so restive when I responded to the call I received during the shooting, and what positive or negative it has to do in the context of this entire case. Sara Ali Khan is an innocent girl, but what I am not able to conclude is why is she doing this? The people who have been the black ghost of Indian cinema, are they behind this innocent as well? And what I am getting by standing for these people? Nepotism is a curse on the cinema. And Sarah, despite being the daughter of Saif Ali Khan, is she acting? or is willfully the most cunning player amongst the lot? My biggest confusion is what is the reason behind her so called portrayal of depression. These people are very, very careful about their image and what is shown about them in the public media. And say we all are one huge family, but what happened to this family when the death of such a beautiful soul who lived, worked, and spent time with each of these possibly great actors was put to rest? And there is not a single word being spoken about it. Is money above everything, even emotions and pain for that matter? Why is the mother who is pleading for justice not being entertained and is being harassed? Is this how weak the truth is? Who will stand up for this? One side, this angle, and the second side, the angle of Mukesh Bhatt, Mahesh Bhatt, and the Bhatt family. Even more surprising is the attitude of actresses like Sonam Kapoor, Deepika Padukone, Tapsi Pannu, to name a few, and the casual relationship they share with the media. Manish Malhotra has been favored over a lot of talents who genuinely are far better than this man. But why is he being favored over the others? The series of events running in my mind gives me a strong impression that each of the so called mysterious deaths are so closely connected, and the people are least bothered are concerned about what kind of an image they are sharing to the rest of the world. Young children, their fan following, etc., etc., etc. Siddharth, turning rogue, and so many other connected incidents. Is it the rule of the world now that if someone stands for something which is right, that is wrong? And moreover, if something wrong is happening, we need to shut our eyes, ears, and mouth? Are we doing justice to our self conscience? At least that we are in this huge shit and there is no mention about anything anywhere. And no one prefers to talk about it or talk around it. When I try to discuss the questions I get is she a part of your family? Is she your girlfriend? Is she someone without whom you don't get sleepless nights? How cheap is the mentality of the people? And when the thing that happens is out of control and a logical question is asked, these people boycott and spread theories of depression and force you to go into yourself and develop the idea that you're wrong, no matter what is going to happen. I am not someone who is going to step back or look back from here. What is going to happen if it is written in my fate, so be it. But truth is the truth. No matter how, when, and where it comes out, I am going to continue supporting Sarah Khan because my assumptions should not be the reason why an innocent falls prey to what these people do and why these people are doing it. It's a great matter of shame that she is just a newcomer and these so called actors. We move on to the next slide. I will stop here, Bachanji.
Yeah, okay. Are you moving on to the next slide or you're stopping here? Can you hear
I'm
me?
sorry, your voice is.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Are you
Yes.
stopping here or you're moving to the next slides? I didn't get you actually.
Shall we stop here? Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's been
Can.
about.
Sure. Diptiji, the last slide that you read about Sarah Ali Khan, this is another character I've been a bit not very sure, I'm a bit confused
Yeah.
about
Yes,
because,
he's also confused about it. I mean, he says she might be the most cunning of the lot, or she might be innocent, because she was portraying some, depression in front of him
yeah,
always.
correct.
Maybe to gain his sympathy or something. So he
Yeah.
was confused actually. He too was confused. There he mentioned in this drive back.
Yeah, if you realize they were going along when during the Kedarnath movie, and normally it's a trend when the newcomer comes into the movie, they want to hook up with the heroes, and there were stories by his, I think his previous ex manager, I forgot his name, I think Samuel something, I can't remember. He said that these two couples were, I mean, these couples were very close to each other. But my question here, how can an ex girlfriend and the current girlfriend be good friends? Is
Uh,
How
Bachanji,
can they
let me
be
tell
good
you
friends?
that
Yeah.
no, Bachanji, let me tell you here that I have not been following Sushant's case at all. You have been following it more than me.
Yeah.
I keep saying this because I don't know. I don't know more than you people. You have been keeping this movement alive since the past 1 year. Okay. So I accidentally came across these drives. So then as a responsible citizen, I tried to hand it over to the agencies. When NCB Samir Wankres are entertained and is acting on the inputs given by me and our team, uh, CBI has not come forward yet. Okay, so that's the reason I'm keeping the things in the public domain. Another reason is also because of my experience in the Sridevi case. My faith in the agencies and the judiciary and authorities and all, it's kind of shaken. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, so at least things will be out in the people will become aware of, you know, how great a personality Sushant Singh Rajput was, and how great a sacrifices Sridevi ji has made, Divya Bharti has made. He clearly mentions about Divya Bharti.
Yeah.
I mean, going forward, if you read my slides, he has mentioned that she actually married Sajid Nadiadwala to get into the roots of these things.
Okay.
Divya Bharti was Divya Bharti was another Sushant Singh Rajput. If that I didn't know, I mean, I am reading. I mean, I will share this very soon. Okay.
If she was alive, she would have been the next Sri Devi, you know.
No, she was. I mean, he clearly mentions that she was someone who, who was very clean, pure, and she was not into casting couch and all that. Whatever she achieved it on her on the basis of talent and her terms, and she was not okay with whatever was thrown at her. And when she was very intelligent as well, because as and how you go forward, there are slides in which he has mentioned about Divya Bhati in detail, in more detail. So right now I have already been here too long,
Yeah,
so
yes, okay. I know the Divya Bharati. Okay, those who want to know about Divya Bharati, I think it's in your in Deepti's Twitter account. You can actually see below the words that are running. That's a Twitter account. You can actually go to that account and check out. I actually went through it, but I didn't go through it. But I saw the name Divya Bharati. I think it's chapter 32 or something like that. 32 or 31. I'm not very sure.
yes.
Yeah. um, um, Dipti ji, one thing I wanted to highlight here is because I always wonder that, how can Sushant Singh trust someone so much? He fell for Sara Ali Khan, she took advantage of him, made use of him, and then another person is, Riya Chakravarti. And how can he, I mean, probably he fell in love, he was so naive, he didn't know what's happening. But this, whatever that you're sharing in the slides, I realize he actually does know or do know what was happening around him. Every single bit.
I don't see. We don't know when these slides were written exactly. Okay, so
Yeah.
though it can be found out since all is digital and yeah, so it can be found out. The efforts need to be done on that. So I am not yet. I have not gone into that when he has written exactly and all. It will take time. I am on limited resources and limited, and it's already a very tough job trying to break into the patterns and that he has so carefully managed. He has all. I mean, it's.
Dhruv ji, can you hear me?
Yes,
Uh,
please ask him to
yeah,
join.
yeah.
I
One
I would like
request
someone
to
to
you, but
talk now. Yeah.
he just say, I don't know whether tell me Dhruv ji, he just sent
Please
the
tell
message a
Dhruvaji,
while
please
ago.
tell.
Dhruv ji, you want to come in? Probably you can come. You let me know if you're interested and I'll put up the
Dhruvaji, please
link.
tell.
Yeah. Another question is, DPG, you would have gone through, you said that you went through 30%. From the 30% that you have covered, um, do you have any kind of hint of on what was really happening or who was involved in this Sushant's death?
Bachanji, your voice is not clear. There's a lot of static.
Okay,
There's a lot of static actually.
okay, I'm asking this question. Can you hear me? Hello,
Just
can
a
you hear me? Okay. you have covered so far about 30%, so you got a lot more to go. But in this 30%
Uh,
that you covered, of course, we'll be reading the slides, but from what you have
hint of, I'm
covered,
sorry, I didn't get that hint.
those slides that you covered, can
Yeah.
you hear me? Those slides that you
Yes, yes,
covered,
please.
is
Yes.
there anywhere that you got any hint who could the culprit be involved in Sushant's death, or you're nowhere near that? Okay, I lost it. Dhruv ji, you can actually come in. Okay, let me just go up and see if there any question important I can ask her. So far, she have actually covered about 4 slides. And guess what? She got a lot more slides to go. And I really wanted to come on the show to cover, but of course, it's not easy reading those slides. She's taking up a lot of her time. Okay, let me just go through some of the questions here. Yeah, he has been keeping record over a period of time. He must have backup for the info for safekeeping. Now, Mona, you're right. You see, I mean, knowing Sushant Singh, he's an intelligent person. If he's writing something and he already from, I mean, some of the slides that Deepti have shared, or some of the information Deepti have shared, he is he knows that he's being trapped also. Okay, and he also understood what is the movement, what is happening around him. And I'm very sure, knowing Sushant Singh, he would have kept it safe somewhere. It could be just even a lot more information than Dipti ji is having. But based on what she's sharing now, it's just a lot of explosive information. I can't even digest the Sara Ali Khan part and the Ankita Lokande, because Ankita Lokande is someone I felt who really loved him among all the girlfriends. I always, when I heard that Sushant died, I was thinking Sushant should have just stayed with Ankita Lokande. But now that she have read these slides, the whole thing that I was believing became questionable. So it's very difficult to know what was really happening, but it's good to know. Dipti ji?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
Bachchanji. Let's, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think
Just give a
I'll,
quick
yeah, sure.
closing
So
and
yeah, Dipti, okay, those people, let me who do not know what is happening here, or do know or want to know more, please go to Diptiji's Twitter account. Is at pdrani15. She have shared a lot of slides down there. You can actually read it. If you understand English, actually you can read it at your own time. Otherwise, she will be coming back another show to share some more slides with me, right? Okay, Diptiji, I know this is very, very tedious. You're not only in my show, you're also in Minaji's show, you're sharing it. But I will not bug you to come back to share all the slides, but I really want you to come and share those important slides that I think that the public need to know. On that aspect, I may
no.
call you back. Yeah.
No, obviously. I mean, we have to think of something to put it in some kind of order. Some people are suggesting to publish a book. Some people are saying that, but once the entire data is, decrypted, then only we can think about, I mean, how to present it to the people, like in a series of audiobooks,
Hmm.
or So, I mean, that will come later. Presently, the what is in my hands is that I'm just I mean, whatever time I could, our resources with us, we are just going about decoding the slides and the files and the drive contents. It's an ongoing work, actually. In the meantime, it has attracted a lot of attention. As I told you, someone from a TV channel has also contacted,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
So
that's good news. You know.
yes,
Yeah.
and also some sort of positive response and interest has come from the authorities as well. So, I mean, it's too early to talk about it. Keeping my fingers crossed. So, let's, keep this fight going.
Yeah, can. DQG, I think I may not hold you any longer. It's already like 1 hour on my show, and I do not even want to drag it longer. Yeah. Firstly, thank you so much for coming to my show and sharing and reading those slides. In fact, it made my job a bit more easy. I don't have to go and read. It's easier listening someone saying it and reading it. So in that sense, it gets into the head and it stays there in that sense.
Okay.
So now certain names are already here.
No,
Those names have been read.
no, we'll do something. We'll do something like and see that in a more readable format or more comfortable way we can reach the content of the drive to as many people as possible. We will work uh,
Okay.
regarding this
Uh,
together, Bachchan ji. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I believe the remainder 70% will somehow will talk about Disha Salyan too.
Yes, there might be
Yeah.
some mention. See, let us not forget here that Disha Salyan was celebrity manager.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was handling some celebrities, and she most so for definitely she would have had action knowledge of all these illegal transactions, the parties,
IPL.
and this IPL, and most probably she was passing on this information to Sushant. She was one of his team members. We should not forget that some other close people have also died, like Sandeep Nahar, Asif Basra, and he has made a mention of Sandeep Nahar and Asif Basra as working to help them. You know, I mean, help them tackle this drug problem, get the authorities to act on it, and they were really concerned citizens. This team with Sushant, they wanted to, cleanse the society. I mean, they were concerned about the children getting into drugs at early age. I don't know. I mean, like, he is too big a loss to humanity, and it's just
Yeah.
fair.
Exactly.
It's just fair that it's our duty, it's our moral responsibility that his sacrifice doesn't go in vain. He has taken great pains at the cost of his life for us. So it's not
Yes.
justice for Sushant; it's justice for our future, our kids, our children, future generations.
Dipti, there's one question I was someone asked whereby was there any mention of Dhoni, MS Dhoni?
There's mention of IPL.
Mm-hmm.
There's mention of Anushka Sharma. There is mention of Virat, and I think, as and how we cover more, there might be mention.
Okay.
Till now,
Okay.
till now, I haven't come that. I mean, I have Kangana. Yes, Kangana. I have already covered in one of the slides. Kangana, he has mentioned saying that somewhere that he mentioned about the Aditya Pancholi and Kangana connection, and also mentioned that she knew something about Jia Khan, but he was also confused that when Kangana was, such an outspoken and keeps coming out in the media about everything, why was she silent about, what she was doing in the meeting with Suraj Pancholi when Jia Khan went to their house?
Mm,
There's some incident that he has mentioned around her as
mm,
well.
mm.
Okay.
Interesting. Mm,
Deepika is, yeah. I think here in this slide I have mentioned like he was surprised at the attitude of actresses like Sonam Kapoor, Deepika Padukone, and Tapsi Pannu. So till
mm.
now it's just this. I think we should have more patience because it will go. I'll as and how more and more files we cover, I think more names will come up.
Yeah, yeah. Any mention of King Khan?
Yes, he did. And
Mm,
I think in the slides that I shared today, that's mentioned. Badshah of Bollywood is
mm.
nothing but
Okay.
Gulam, and and also there is more
Mm.
mention of him. There's a special chapter on the three Khans.
Okay. That
Okay.
probably I will ask you to come and share in my show. That's
If
like
no, I will tell you one thing here.
okay.
He has made some chapters and all. I mean, like, and one of the chapters is three Khans. One of the chapters is Bhatt family.
Okay.
One of the mentions is there about Kangana Ranaut as well. So there is more explosive information in store, and it's a work
Mm.
in progress. I don't have access to. I also don't know what is in store.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there was a show that Sushant was actually bullied on
No, till now
stage.
I haven't. Till now that incident has not yet
Okay.
been
No,
covered.
no, no. What I meant is, there was. I don't know. Maybe you did not even probably did, because you're not following Sushant's.
No, 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 no. That
shows and all
incident,
that.
that incident, no, that incident I have seen. He was
Yeah, the
called
award
on the
show.
stage. He was
Yeah,
called on the stage and he was made fun of by
yeah,
Shah Rukh Khan and Shahid Kapoor.
yeah. I felt so sorry for him. I was like, oh gosh, it's not what they're doing to this boy. And
Uh,
yeah,
that's one thing, and another thing also. I mean, see, Sushant also they did that, and they did that to Neil Nitin Mukesh. They tried to do that with Neil Nitin Mukesh as well, but he
yeah,
straight away asked them to shut up
yeah.
on their face. If you have
Yeah.
seen that, okay. They were
Okay.
making fun of his name, like Neil Nitin Mukesh. Where is your surname? ये तो तीनों के तीनों ये names and all. And he was like, if you have no guys, it's okay to joke, but if you have noticed, my dad is sitting right next to me, and one of the names is his. So you guys just shut up. So that's what he clearly told in the face. Okay, okay. Uh,
So nice to hear that. Such a smart boy.
yes, but Sushant was very. I mean, he is such a. I don't know, such a golden heart, so so respectable towards everyone, and we. He was a gem. And what more can I suggest? I mean, he took it. I mean, he took it as in as dignified way as possible. Because one thing we must not forget is that he used to idolize Shah Rukh Khan, and how painful it must have been for him to see the unmasking of his idol.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I thought about this long when I heard that he actually passed away and I started studying on Sushant Singh. He idolized him a lot. In fact, in all his interviews, he will talk about him. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's it. Bachchanji, as in more
yeah.
because there's a
Okay,
lot information,
yeah.
lot information.
Diptiji, I have to tell you something, Diptiji, because what you have found is actually is a gold mine. A goal for a lot of SSRians out there wanting to know the truth. And thank God it fall into your hand. But I have to tell you, you only covered 30%, but 70% is a lot more. So whatever you're sharing on public platform, all those people involved will be actually hearing it. So please stay safe and of course keep the information safe too. The remainder
See,
information is not out yet.
my case in ICJ is keeping me safe. It's a
Yeah.
shield because
Yeah.
as per the norms of the ICJ, if anything happens to me or my solicitor, we win the case by default. So the more anyone, if the main reason anyone will be wanting to harm me is lost itself. Okay, so there's a reason I just want to assure people that yes, I have taken my precautions and I will be safe, and I promise to share as much information as is there in the drives with the public. Without I might omit some things where I feel that there is risk on the life of some innocent and honest people. But rest all, whatever he wanted to tell to the world, I will definitely let people know.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much, Dipti ji. Yeah. See you again in another show.
Sure, 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 Vachanji. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for your time. And
yeah,
God
thank you.
bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Same to you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye. Okay, I'm so sorry because I know there's a lot of question that's coming up here, and I've already been holding it for 1 hour to 18 minutes. So it's not really right to hold it too long. And of course, I do not want to stretch the stream too long. Did see some of there was one message that popped out. In fact, I already blocked the person. You see, Dipti ji, the person actually said that she's spreading lies. If someone is spreading lies, let me repeat this. Dipti ji will not go on Twitter account and tag her information. She have actually posted some of the slides there. She tagged to PM of India. She tagged to Home Minister of India. She tagged to I think Amitabh Bachchan. She tagged to Sanjay Dutt. She tagged to IPS. I forgot his name. He tagged to NIA of India. So many big names. She actually tagged her message in Twitter with these slides. If someone is lying and they're putting this up and they're tagging to these high profile people or these big names, should have got in trouble by now. She's already talking in social media, sharing all the slides. So if you think if you don't believe in it, I suggest don't watch the video. Don't come on stream and she's putting a lot of effort and then writing, such kind of negative messages. I actually highlighted it and I realized, oh, it's a wrong it's not a message to highlight. I actually deleted it. And for all those here, today is Disha Salyan's. Today is the 8th. This 1 year ago, Disha Salyan was actually thrown out of an apartment, and we have lost Disha Salyan. She's another good person, and she needs justice too. And 6 days later, Sushant Singh was also killed. So the day is coming nearer for 1 year, but though we did not hear anything from CBI so far, the good part, at least DPG have found something and hearing something about Sushant. From the slides that she's actually reading, I can also beginning to understand about Sushant Singh Rajput, what she was thinking and what was running in his head and all that. So certain explosive words are being actually now mentioned in this social media platform. So if the TG is telling fake news, she won't dare do it. If not, if it is a fake news, she would have been sued by now. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna say good night and I'm gonna leave now. I'll be back in another stream and of course we'll bring her back again to share some of the important slides. But meanwhile, she's already sharing a lot of slides in her Twitter account. You can see below, which is follow Deepti on Twitter at pdrani50. Okay. For those who are interested to watch my videos, my future videos, do subscribe to my channel. So good night. Bye bye.